everyone. Joanne here. Welcome to another day, another amazing speakers that joining us today. Today we have Dr. Patricia Rogers. Welcome, Patricia. Wonderful to have you here.
So happy to be here, Joanne. Thank you so much for this opportunity to be visible.
Yes, exactly. And that is our subject. Actually, visibility in a virtual world. So that should be very interesting and timely, right? We're right into that virtual stuff. But to start off, I would really like to read your bio because it really says a lot about you and about where you're from. So I'll just start with that. Unity in Service hosts virtual events for entrepreneurs to speak while Unity in Service fills the seats and enhancing their authority through public speaking. Dr. Patricia Rogers is a visibility strategist, 2 times international best-selling author, 2 times winning public speaker, business coach, social media promoter, and marketer. Unity in Service takes pride in organizing virtual and in-person events to boost brand visibility and growth for inspiring entrepreneurs. After 29 years in law enforcement, thank you for your service, ma'am. And 12 years in the US Army, Dr. Rogers now empowers entrepreneurs to excel in their businesses. As a business coach, social media marketer, and event host, she supports the global business community with her expertise and influence, assisting business owners to raise their level of authority by speaking to the masses. Yeah, so you have probably met so many people, women and men, I'm sure, that are dealing with this issue of confidence on camera. Am I correct?
Of course, that goes with the territory of anything that we decide to do for the first time or to start off doing. You're gonna run across those negative emotions.
Right. But I'm curious, if you don't mind, what brought you to doing this? From, I see like your career, your background is maybe not necessarily aligned with what you're doing today. So what made that connection for you?
I get that question a lot, Joanne. And you know what? Everything that I've done in my career as a law enforcement, I was a corrections lieutenant. I retired as a lieutenant, started off as an officer. And of course, you mentioned the 12 years in the military as well. And I bring this up because number one, both those careers involve people. Entrepreneurship involves people.
True.
Both of those careers involves disciplines, processes, procedures, all of those things that makes up the organizations that we spend our time in. And I say that because some people think that what I did in the past does not align with where I am today on my entrepreneur journey, but it does.
Ah, I could
Because
see it now that you explained it. I could see it.
people are our best resources.
Mm.
And so therefore everything that we do in our life does involve people. And the disciplines and the strategies that we learn along the way to get along with people is all a part of this entrepreneur journey, as well as it is in the workplace. So, but what took me was that I retired in 2016. And 2 years before retiring, I knew that I wasn't going back to work after 29 years in the arena. We had to retire. We could retire in 25, but I did an additional 4 because it boosted my retirement pension. And in the process of being a leader in that organization for those 29 years, being in the role of leadership, I knew that I wanted to run my own life after I retired. So I had to discover my gifts, my purpose for life, for being here. I had to decide, what do I have to give that people will pay me for?
Yeah.
And after looking over my past, which we just discussed, everything I did involved people. I used to love to bring events in my backyard. I served Legal Shield, so I would go out to various events to promote that product and service as a vendor. And one day I had a defining moment. I did very well in that organization, but it was a multi-level. and I did very well. And one day I had a defining moment, and I saw the events that I was attending. I feel that God said to me, you can host your own events and
There
you'll
you
get
go.
more of the microphone in my hand because I love visibility.
There you go.
And I would definitely be the star of the show because when you want to get a message across to people, you must be in a position to be the star of the show so that you can get your message out. And I hope what I said makes sense.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you for sharing that because it sort of brings it to like, entrepreneurship and what we've done in the past. Like for myself, I was a business analyst consultant, but I did work with a lot of people. I met so many experts and people as I was doing my work. So now as an entrepreneur, it feels natural. It doesn't feel foreign at all. So yes, I appreciate you sharing that. So
Awesome.
now, yeah. So now, what are your thoughts on visibility, confidence, and success in our digital world, and why do you feel that way?
Ooh, that's a lot of questions in one. I'm gonna see if I can tackle them one by one. At any rate, visibility to me means maintaining a strong and a consistent. You got to be consistent online presence. This is the age that we're living in, digital age, and this involves leveraging social media. A lot of people and business owners do not want to use social media. They are hired before they get on there themselves. But I believe it's a social media. For me to leverage social media, people need to get to know me. They need to get to know my conversation. And so therefore, I believe that when I manage my own social media, I get to make profitable relationships. We must create valuable content in so doing. And of course, engaging with those who respond and reply to our content is so very essential. And this is why I say hiring people to do my social media does not serve me because people need to engage with me in order for me to draw them to the events that
Mm,
we host. And that's what I do. I host virtual events, as you said. And that's what my zone of genius is. And I always believe in my own terms that if you're not there, nobody sees you. So how can you promote your product? And how does confidence play a role in this? Confidence is very critical in how you present yourself. Why do I say that? Because when you present with confidence, then what that does is it impacts your message. That's it in a nutshell. And
mm,
success definitely plays a role in both visibility and confidence because ultimately success in our digital world is measured by the impact and influence that we create on these platforms, such as growing your audience. That's important, increasing your engagement, and staying focused on your business goals. And I say that because you cannot, when you have good content consistently, people will respond.
mm,
But I have to be present to respond back to them
mm.
because I don't know what their response is going to be. Their response may be, I got a response this morning. Could you please share your information about the events that you host here? That was on LinkedIn. If I'm not on LinkedIn, and if I had somebody working my platform for me, that message may have gotten missed. But because it's my business and I know what I'm looking for, I need to be present.
Mm.
Success is not just about numbers, it's also about the quality of the connections and the strength of your community that you hang out in. Combining visibility and confidence can create a powerful presence for the business owner. And when we create a powerful presence, then what happens is now it leads to a sustainable success. That's my
Mm.
story, and I'm sticking to
Mhm.
it.
That's amazing because you're so right, and I feel it too in the social media, and that's part of the fun too. It's the communication. It's getting responses and responding back, and hopefully it's in my case anyway. I'm really trying to attract the positives. I hear people complaining about the negatives, but I guess I don't attract that. And it is so important and it's enriching as well. I feel anyway. All
Absolutely.
right. So leading an organization to success is not easy, you know. It's certainly not. Your journey so far has been exemplary. Based on your experience, what can entrepreneurs aspire to achieve as leaders?
Oh, wow. That's good. That's good. And you're absolutely right. Running an organization is not easy, but I'm grateful that it is possible.
Mm.
And it depends on me, my commitment, and my how bad I want what I want.
Mm.
Entrepreneurs can achieve remarkable success, in my own opinion, as leaders by embracing a clear vision. And that's something I had to learn along the way. That's why I invested in coaches that had what I wanted because I watched this before I retired. Went to events. I went to networking events with Bill Walsh, Women's Prosperity Network, Sharon Lecter, some of the big wigs that are out there. I went to Tony Rock, a lot of things I went to because I wanted to see what they was doing. And I realized I had to be clear. What do I have to offer people that they will pay for? And when I read the book Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, he answered that question for me. He said, one sound idea is all you need to achieve success. That made it simple for me. So I didn't have to come up with so many, but I did have to discover my gifts, and which goes back to what we talked about before. My gifts were bringing people together. I used to do it in my backyard for free. My coaches said, you're already hosting events in your backyard, marketing Legal Shield. You're feeding the people. You're purchasing the tents and the chairs. You're paying for the DJ. You're paying for food for them. Now, all you have to do is monetize. And I started going into hotels and selling tickets. And that's how I got started. And
Mm.
thankfully, my leaders showed me, but most importantly for entrepreneurs, they must be willing to make those investments in people who have what they want. So also these aspirations must be, you have to commit, you have to be vigilant, we have to be resilient. We got to be able to bounce back when trouble comes. We got to be able to bounce back when disappointment comes, because if we don't, we're going to quit.
Right.
So it's a lot of qualities that we can go on and talk about that would definitely contribute to being a successful business person and a successful leader who wants to achieve the aspiration to be successful. And these aspirations will guide their journey, and it will inspire others to join them in creating a positive and lasting legacy. And that's important to me. And y'all know you heard that term so many times, followers, followers. So we're working and being an example and putting out positive energy, and we're confident in what we know that we are good at. Trust me when I tell you, people will follow. And again, as I said before, people need people.
Mm. Absolutely. That is amazing because, and one thing that came to mind is that not everyone aspires to do it. Not everyone can. If you think about other women that live in other countries, they're limited through either their technology, your ability to do something. So we are blessed in terms of the possibilities that are open to us. Right. So we need to be grateful. And I feel that if we don't embrace and move forward with it, it's something that it's a waste.
It's a waste.
Mm.
That's right. You're absolutely right. We have to be willing to put in our 100%. And Napoleon Hill says in his book, he says that your desire must be so strong
Mm.
that nothing will stop you from achieving your goals.
Yeah.
And then I read another saying somewhere. When I don't feel like doing, this is for me, when I don't feel like doing what I really need to be doing, and I do something else that don't really bring me what I need at the moment, or that's going to contribute to where I'm trying to go. I remember reading a post one time, and it said, your goals could care less about how you feel.
Love it.
Yeah. So that means in my own terms, that you need to get up, suit up, and keep showing up
Yeah.
until the miracle happens.
Yeah. Yeah. That's for sure, for sure. And I talking about sayings and what people have said recently, I heard that the Dalai Lama it said that it's the women of the West that will make a difference in the world, or something like that. And I thought that, wow, and that's where that comes from, because it's true. Like, we have everything at our disposal compared to other women. So yes,
I agree.
it's
I
important
agree.
to go to move forward. All
Definitely.
right, last question for you. What is your vision for making the most significant impact in the world?
Wow. Ooh. My vision, Unity and Service, is my company. My website is up there, patriciarogers.com. And my phone number is there and my email. First thing I want to say about making an impact is we need to get over trying to be private. Because when you work in secret, nobody sees you. But if you're really an entrepreneur and you're being an example, you cannot help but make a significant impact in the world. And my vision for making that impact is centered around empowering people, promoting inclusiveness, leveraging technology, and that's something a lot of people run from, but you got to get in the game. Got to get in the game. We got to practice to be sustainable, making sure that what we have, people need, they want it, they need it, and we got to make sure it gets in front of them, because if mine don't get in front of them about the events I host, somebody else's is. We have to foster innovation. That means training is ongoing. We never, never, never stop learning. And that goes with our personal as well as our professional growth. And when we work towards these goals, and that's just a few of them, Unity and Service hopes to inspire positive change and leave a lasting and meaningful impact on the world. And I'm confirmed that I do. In the company that I run, the people who work with me, I know that we leave a lasting impression at the events that we host. Why? Because I see the results. 10 years we've been hosting events, and at least 6 events a year. Prior to the pandemic, we did 1 annual conference a year, and we did 1 monthly workshop, which we brought in speakers for the upcoming annual conference. And I've never, ever, ever not had people on a platform who wanted to speak and get their message in front of the masses. But I have to do my part first, and that's be visible, let people hear me. They need to see me. That virtual background, since I transitioned to online, speaks for me. And people want to be connected to people who are confident, who are clear on their vision, who show up professionally, and who are not afraid to engage and interact verbally. So that's the impact we want to make, and we're doing a great job because we have set a platform for many, many speakers, public speakers, and our fees are very minimal. It's just the fact that we enjoy bringing people together, and not only that puts them in a position, speakers in a position to not only receive the email list of the attendees, because that's a part of the package, that also gives them an opportunity. Entrepreneurs who are not speaking walks off with emails in the chat, because we know how to get those people to drop them emails in the chat. People love free. And anytime I do my events, whether it's me working at other co-hosts, the first thing we tell people, we got some free tickets for y'all, because the people I've trained to host these events are hosting events. I host several events a year. So we always have a platform for the speaker to be on. Okay, so what do? At the events that we attend, we give a complimentary ticket for one of the next events, sometimes 3 events. Depends on who's hosting the events, me, my colleagues, whatever. So therefore, everybody like free. I've had up to 200 people sometimes register to come to an event. I might get 80. But guess what? That's a part of the game. Why? Because free don't go nowhere sometimes. Well, I didn't pay for it, so I'm not going. I'm going to miss this. But guess what? They can miss it. I ain't mad at them because I got that email.
There you go.
And if they didn't make that one, they'll make it to the next one. But the next one's going to cost money. How about that?
It's smart. That's a smart strategy. And that's it. It requires some strategy sometimes, right?
Absolutely.
So now, if you were to leave the listeners with one single action today, what would that be?
If I leave the listeners with one single action today, first thing I want to leave them with, I know you said one. I'm going to try to combine it to one. But the main thing is get over yourself. Because those people you think are watching you and talking about you and criticizing what you do, they're not thinking about you because they're too busy thinking about themselves. So when you get over yourself and you start pushing the buttons, doing the live videos, posting affirmations, just showing up consistently, act like that platform belongs to you. And the whole world is looking at you because what you have to offer should be quality content. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. I'm Dr. Pat Rogers, visibility strategist, and I am the CEO of Unity in Service. Where people need people.
Awesome. Awesome. Now, as we're wrapping up, can you share a little bit about your free gift? You have, I think, tips to speaking gigs now.
Yes, tips to more speaking gigs. Tips, 11 tips. I think it's 11 or 15 tips to speaking
11.
gigs. Okay, well, I may have added some more, but either way, if they click on that link, they should get that. You have the link, you're going to put it in the recording, and they should click on that link, and it will take them to an ebook that describes some of the skills that it takes to be a great leader, public speaker, and it will also give them a formula that they can put right into Google, and a whole lot of speaking opportunities will come up from around the world globally.
Nice.
So that's what that free gift is about.
Excellent. Excellent. Thank you so much. I'm sure it'll be appreciated. So, Dr. Patricia, thank you so much for your insight, your vision, your tips, and your knowledge there, your power in the sense of, your determination and showing us the possibilities that we can have. Any final thoughts before we end on the confidence on camera as such?
Be seen, be heard. Get up, suit up, and show up.
Love it, love it. And where can people reach you?
They can reach me at my email, which is right on the banner behind me, info@patriciarogers.com. They can also reach me by going to my website, because they're on some of those pages and products and services that we have. They will see a calendar link as well. And if they would like to also receive a complimentary copy of my recent international best-selling author book on in-person and virtual events that rock, they can go to patriciarogers360.com. That's the first chapter. And then, of course, if they want the book, they can get it from my website, but it is posted on Amazon. Thank you so much.
Excellent. Thank you again. And I hope we get a chance to talk again. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for being with us on this interview. I hope that you found the insights and tips valuable and useful. And remember, the key to building confidence on camera is to do it one step at a time. Implement the action item that resonated with you, that you found that you could use, and start seeing the difference in no time, I'm sure. And because I did it as well, and I find myself different, working differently on camera. So it does work. So don't miss out on the upcoming interviews either. We're going to continue to bring the experts in their fields. They're going to be giving more tips, more advice, and it's really useful. So each interview is packed with all of that, and it's overcoming the fear, embracing your unique beauty, going within, and being able to hit that go live and not shake about it. So stay tuned and keep moving forward on your journey to being confident on camera. This is great for yourself personally and also for your business to attract the clients that you want. So stay tuned and see you on the next interview.